Once upon a time, in a village, there lived a farmer named Rangaya. His wife passed away when their children were very young, leaving him with two sons. The elder one's name was Satyam, and the younger one's name was Sundaram. Rangaya raised both his sons equally and brought them up well. When Satyam reached marriageable age, he got him married to a girl named Kantam, who lived in the same village. Kantam had a great obsession with money, jewelry, and property. Because of this, she always had a star mark. After some time, they had a baby girl. At the same time, Rangaya, who had been suffering from an illness for a long time, became bedridden as his condition worsened. Kantam did not care for Rangaya at all. She stayed in her room, taking care of her daughter. Satyam too would nod to whatever his wife said and followed her around. However, Sundaram took care of Rangaya like the apple of his eye. He provided all the necessary services and ensured everything Rangaya needed was available. Meanwhile, one day Rangaya's health suddenly and unexpectedly takes a turn for the worse. As a result, he calls both his two sons to him for the last time and says to them,
Mobile Satyam Sundaram, I am indeed still alive, my dear Nayana. The time has come for me to go to your beloved mother. Truly, I am ready now to make this journey to my dearest mother. Father, please don't say that. Nothing will happen to you. I will go to see the medical professionals right away. Son, stay here for a moment longer. I want to tell you what's in my heart for perhaps what could be considered as one last time. Listen carefully now, my beloved sons. You both should always help each other and remain united as brothers forevermore. No matter how difficult things get, you must never separate from one another under any circumstances whatsoever. Also remember this about our family property, which I've worked so hard over many years, tirelessly accumulating through much effort and dedication, is for both of you.
As he was saying this, Rangaya suddenly starts coughing. Meanwhile, Satyam says, Don't worry about my property matters now. First focus on getting better. Vasundhara, please bring some good water for father to ease his cough. He says, without any delay whatsoever, Soundarya immediately proceeds to the kitchen just to bring some water. Then Kantam calls Shakti aside and says, What is this? Have you lost your mind? Why are you stopping your father from allocating the property? Why are you worried now? Well, you know, the property isn't going anywhere. Father will divide the property equally between both of us. You do know that, right? Don't worry.
No, it's not that. If you and your brother get equal shares, where is the greatness in that? You are the elder of the house, so your share in the property should be larger. If it's divided equally, will your younger brother listen to you in the future? So, what I'm saying is, first send your brother out on some errand. Find out the details of the property your father is talking about. Then, let's think about what to do next.
Alright. Is there perhaps any other alternative option than to do what you say? I'll do it, he says thoughtfully, and then goes over to Rangaya. At that very moment, Sundaram comes from the kitchen carrying some drinking water. Satyam says calmly to Sundaram, Hey Sundaram, go immediately and bring our village doctor here right away.
All right, brother. I'll give Dad some drinking water and then go. Give him the water quickly and leave, as his health is worsening by the moment. If you ask what you did now, will you just stand there looking at my face? Leave immediately, without hesitation or delay.
Sundaram, with a look of urgency and concern on his face, quickly snatches the glass of water from his hand, ensuring not a drop is spilled, and insists that he goes to see the doctor immediately. After carefully giving Rangaya the water, he gently says to him, Father, earlier you mentioned something about our family property. Could you please elaborate on what it is? I would like to understand it better. Tell me now, if you can. Father, with a reassuring tone, replies, There is nothing to be sad about, my son. You should know that the coconut groves, the goats, and all the belongings from our fields should be divided equally between the two of you. This is how it should be, and there is no need for any worry. You both must stay together here and remain united for the entirety of your lives. I have already given away a significant portion of your beloved mother's precious jewelry to the elder daughter-in-law as a gift for her wedding. You must carefully keep the remaining half and thoughtfully arrange your dear brother Sundaram's marriage, then responsibly hand it over to the future daughter-in-law. There should absolutely be no disputes over any property matters between you two as long as I am alive. If you remain like this, even after I am gone, you should continue to live together harmoniously as always. This is my last wish. Oh, Father, do you really need to say this separately? Don't worry about anything. I will take care of my brother as if he were my own son. These words are enough, my dear. Now I can pass away peacefully. Rangaya breathes his last. Then Satya, in distress, cries like this. Dad, what happened, Dad? Please wake up, Dad. Open your eyes once and look at me. Nothing will happen to you. Meanwhile, his younger brother brings the doctor.
He sobs loudly and wails. Hearing his cries, Kantham comes from the adjacent room. Seeing her husband crying, she says, "Enough of crying like this. But think about what to do next. There's nothing left to do except for father's last rites."
That's why I've been listening to your nonsense from the next room. What did your father say? To divide the entire property equally? Then all that will be left for us is ashes while your brother takes care of it. First, do as I told you. Even though we are still grieving my father's death, Nasser can quickly explain what that means. Now, listen carefully to what I'm about to say. When your brother arrives, tell him that as your father was passing away, he said that since you are the eldest, the responsibility of the property now falls entirely on you. Tell him that because he is younger, he was only given the hut next to the cattle shed in front of the house and the 4-acre field at the edge of the village.
What you're saying is very unfair. He's my own brother, and you want me to betray him while watching? There's no justice or injustice. First do as I said, or else I'll take my child and go back to my parents' house. Oh no, don't do that. Is what you're saying wrong? I'll figure out something to say. No, he says. It's the truth. After a while, Sundaram comes there with the doctor, finding his father lying lifeless on the bed.
Seeing this, Sundaram bursts into tears. Dad, oh Dad, Dad, he cries. Here's the doctor, but it doesn't matter to you, Dad. Please get up, Dad. Brother, tell Dad to open his eyes just once, brother. How could you leave me like this, Dad? Sundaram cries. Stop, Sundaram, Satyam consoles him. After that, both of them perform their father's last rites together. Some time passes like this for Satyam. Unable to withstand the pressure from Kantham to quickly resolve the matter of the property to be given to his younger brother, one day Satyam calls Sundaram and says, "Hey Sundaram, did father leave the responsibility of you and the house in my hands as he was leaving? You are inherently innocent, and if more property responsibilities are placed in your hands, anyone could easily deceive you and take everything. He told me to take care of all the property, the thatched hut next to the cattle shed in front of our house. He also told me to take care of the 4-acre field at the edge of the village. He said not to place such a big responsibility on your shoulders since you are still young. Moreover, father entrusted me with the responsibility of arranging your marriage. It is my duty as the elder of the house to bear these burdensome property responsibilities. That was also father's last wish. So, I will take care of all these. You don't need to worry about them, to worry."
Why do you say that, brother? After father, you are the one I respect the most. Your words are equivalent to father's words for me. I will do whatever you say, brother, because you always have my best interests at heart. If it's father's wish, then of course, but who else knows my well-being better than you? My only regret is not being able to be with him in his final moments. Don't worry. Wherever he is, he would want both of us to be happy.
From now on, the responsibility of your marriage is mine. Soon I will find a good girl for you and arrange your marriage. Everything will turn out well. You go and take care of the farm work. All right, brother.
Sundaram said this and left from there. At that moment, Kantham came to Satyam and said something like this.
Finally, a mother has left us. All the property is now ours. If we just get him married off to someone, we can get rid of him. Once we throw him out of the house, one burden will be lifted. Then we can enjoy all our wealth in this big house peacefully. The property has just come into our hands. Soon after, I will arrange it. Until then, be a little patient.
Talking to each other like this, they are overjoyed that the entire property has become theirs. After some time, Satyam arranges the marriage of Sundaram with Lakshmi, a girl from a poor family nearby. The next day, when Satyam is not at home, Kantham speaks to Sundaram like this.
Look, Sundaram, when did you get married? You must have sweet conversations, right? So, you and your wife should live in that hut from now on because the child is growing up. Meanwhile, it won't be enough for us to stay here. It will be inconvenient for both of us. Moreover, it's your new household. Why should we be like a thorn in the middle? That's why you should comfortably go and stay in that hut. Don't think your sister-in-law is showing something with a stick. Your brother couldn't tell you directly, so he asked me to tell you out of courtesy.
How much you listen to me. If you tell me something, it's like my mother telling me. Whatever you say, it's only about happiness, right? Sister-in-law, we will definitely go.
Sundaram indeed said this and truly escorted his wife Lakshmi to their humble abode in that small hut. With that, she experienced a sense of relief and contentment from her difficulties and challenges and was extremely joyful and content. Sundaram lived with his wife Lakshmi in that village hut and farmed the 4 acres at the edge of the village. With the income they earned, they assisted those in need in their community, and the couple lived a life full of happiness and fulfillment and satisfaction. They never sent anyone who came to their home hungry away with an empty stomach. They would feed everyone generously with what they had. Meanwhile, Satyam and Kantam, relishing and enjoying the wealth they received as a large inheritance, cared solely and exclusively about themselves and not about others. They would scold, reprimand, and drive away absolutely anyone who came to their house at precisely the right time, and they absolutely never gave even a single penny as charity. One evening, a sage came to the village. Feeling extremely and very hungry, he went to Satyam's house. Like this.
Madam, please, kindly give alms. Madam, I beg you, please, kindly give alms. Hearing that, indeed, Vinakantam emerged from her dwelling and said to the sage, "Indeed, what is it that troubles you so deeply, dear monk? There's a little child sleeping inside, as there is a small child peacefully resting within. Madam, I am an ancient sage on pilgrimages of great spiritual significance. Now I embark upon my journey towards Kashi Vishwanath Temple of Divine Reverence. As I travel through these lands, if perchance find bus in village, come evening time, rest here, continue again. Morning light dawns anew. That's how came your humble village today, weary traveler seeking respite. I am also very hungry. Could you please give me some food and a little space to shelter for just this one night in your house, madam? The Almighty will bestow all kinds of prosperity upon you."
What? You want to take shelter in our house? Do you think this is a charity home? We don't have any food or anything. Go over there, to that hut across the way. There's a man called Dan Karna. He gives charity to everyone passing by. Go to his house and ask for help. She rudely dismisses him from there. Then the sage goes to Sundaram's house across the way and calls out like this.
Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi, Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi. As soon as Sundaram hears this call, he and his wife Lakshmi quickly come outside and bow at the sage's feet.
Greetings, Swami. Please kindly and humbly bless both of us.
Long live indeed. Sundaram says to the wise sage like this.
Swami, who exactly are you, Swami, to come to our house at this midnight?
Then his wife Lakshmi promptly and with concern says, "What is this? Will you make him stand outside and talk? First, invite him inside the house. Oh, please forgive me, Swami. Please come inside first." And with a warm smile and with utmost reverence, they take the sage into their home. The couple seats the sage inside and offers him buttermilk. Sundaram then says to him, "Now please tell me, Swami, how can I
assist you?"
We are travelers of the country, visiting all the holy places in the land, having the darshan of the deities there, and meditating. Currently, I set out on a pilgrimage to Kashi and arrived in this village as part of that journey. As night was approaching, I knocked on your door for shelter.
Having someone as esteemed as you visit our home is a blessing from some good deeds in a past life. Please rest here today. I will make the necessary arrangements.
Oh, please stay, Swami. You must be tired from traveling all day. Who knows when you last ate? Please wait for 110 minutes. I will quickly prepare a meal. First, have your meal and then take some rest. Saying this, Lakshmi goes into the kitchen. After a while, she finishes cooking and brings the food, seating the sage, and both husband and wife serve the meal with great affection. The sage feels very happy with the warmth they show. He eats his meal contentedly. After that, Sundaram makes arrangements for the sage to sleep and sits beside him, bowing at his feet until he falls asleep. Once the night passes and the sage wakes up in the morning, they prepare breakfast for him. After studying and having breakfast before leaving, he says to them, "I am very pleased with the devotion and dedication you both have shown towards me. Therefore, I wish to grant you 3 wishes. Ask for whatever you desire." As the sage tells them to ask for 3 boons, Sundaram and Lakshmi stand silently without saying anything. Then the sage says to them,
"What is it? Are you doubting me?" "It's nothing like that, Swami." "Then why hesitate? Whatever you wish for, you can ask. I will surely grant them to you. Do not doubt. Ask for whatever is in your heart." "We have no desires, Swami. We did not serve you expecting any reward from you." "Do not say that. I cannot leave here without giving you something in return. I am indebted to you. Please give me the opportunity to repay that debt. Do not hesitate. Whatever you wish for will be granted. Please decide quickly, as my journey is being delayed."
As soon as the sage said this to them, Sundaram and his wife Lakshmi both fell into deep thought. After pondering for a while, they hoped for something like this.
"Swami, I don't have many desires. But when someone comes to our house as a guest, these small huts we live in are not enough. Therefore, please grant us a house that can accommodate as many people as come. And what is your second wish?"
Swami, indeed, kindly grant us the ability to feed as many people as come to our house, no matter how many they are.
"And what is your third wish?" "Swami, grant both of us the wisdom and understanding to help anyone who comes to us for assistance in our hearts and minds, without ever feeling pride, with humility and grace in every situation we encounter, and without expecting anything in return. That is all." "Ah, I have indeed traveled across the whole entire country, but I have never seen a couple as virtuous and noble as you. You have truly asked for the boons that I granted, not just for your own benefit, but to help others, selflessly. Your wishes will certainly be fulfilled beyond measure. May you always remain happy."
Saying this, the sage granted them the 3 boons and then departed on his way. Meanwhile, when Satyam and his wife woke up and went outside, they saw that the old hut in front of their house had disappeared, and in its place stood a dazzling palace. Inside, Sundaram and his wife Lakshmi were adorned with all kinds of diamond jewelry. Curious to know what had happened, they both ran to Sundaram to ask him. Then Sundaram explains everything that happened to them in great detail. Immediately, they both come outside and start talking to each other.
Did you see how big the palace is? Just looking at it makes me dizzy. And did you see your brother and his wife's attire? How many varieties are there?
"Yes, I really can't believe it. It's like they stepped on a fox's tail. That's why fortune favored them. That's why fortune blessed them in the form of that sage."
There's no luck involved. The pickle didn't break. If that sage had come to our house last night, I would have won. But that ascetic went to your brother's house and gave them blessings.
"Really? What you're saying is, you did so much work that you got this clever idea. You could have woken me up at that time, right?"
Never mind about me, but even now, it's not too late for us. The sage hasn't even left the village yet. You can go immediately and bring the sage back home. We can serve, and those 3 weeks won't go to waste.
"Have you lost your mind? Do you think if we threw him out last night and now go to invite him, he will come? He might hit us with his water pot. What if, in anger, he turns me into a stone or something? What would the situation be then?"
I don't know if you can convince that sage without any stones or tricks, but I definitely need those 3 weeks. Otherwise, I'll take the child and go back to my parents' house.
What do you mean, just going back to your parents' house? You're threatening to go back. What's hidden there? A treasure chest? There's nothing at your parents' house except a dilapidated hut that could collapse at any moment, just like your family is living off our house.
You brought my family into this. That's not respectful.
What will you do? What can you do?
Oh, if we keep fighting like this, the wise sage will definitely leave us. Please, I beg you, stop arguing.
Who started it?
None of this matters. Will you go and bring the sage back or not?
Do I have to listen to you? I'll do whatever I want. But you go inside, the baby might wake up.
He tells Satyakanta this and sends her inside the house. After that, he mounted his horse and went searching for the sage. After traveling for a while, he found the sage sitting by a river bank, resting. Upon seeing him, Satyam immediately stopped his horse, got down and went to the sage, saying this.
Swami, please forgive me. My wife drove you away from the house without knowing about my uncle's murder. Who are you, my son? I don't understand what you're saying.
Then he explained everything about Team Sundaram and what happened with his wife to the sage and said this to him.
Swami, please come to our house as a guest now. Come there, accept our hospitality, and grant us those 3 boons. No, even so, I cannot come now. I am getting delayed for my journey. I need to reach another village before it gets dark. I cannot come with you now. Please don't say that, Swami. If I don't take you home with me, my wife will kill me. Please understand. No, my dear beloved and cherished friend, I cannot do it. If you want, I will absolutely and certainly come on my return journey. Please don't trouble me now. Just leave from here.
He says this somewhat irritably. The sage. Hearing this, Satyam understands that the sage is getting a bit angry. Fearing that the sage might curse him, he wonders how to face his wife Kantham's wrath if he doesn't take him home now. Lost in thought, he stands there. Meanwhile, the sage is like this.
What more do you want, my boy? I told you to leave, didn't I?
Saying this, the sage prepares to leave from there. At that moment, Satyam decides that whatever happens, he must somehow prevent it for those 3 weeks. And he says to him like this.
Swami, please forgive me. Don't misunderstand me for asking like this. Please grant me those 3 weeks. If I go home empty-handed, my wife Kantham will set me on fire while I'm still alive. Please understand my plight.
Then the sage got up and while leaving, said with urgency,
All right, my child, whatever you sincerely wish for, those 3 wishes will definitely come true. Now please step aside and let me go.
Saying this, he left. From there, he departs. Then, Satyam, unable to contain his joy, mounts his horse and sets off for home. Eager to reach home quickly and share the news with his wife, he urges the horse to gallop swiftly. However, the horse, unable to run so fast, starts foaming at the mouth and suddenly collapses and dies. As a result, Satyam also falls off the horse and slides towards a large rock. He hits his head hard against the rock and remains there. After a while, he regains consciousness, stands up, and holding the wound on his head, he thinks to himself,
Oh no, what exactly happened? It seems like I accidentally slipped while running really fast on the path. But oh, it feels as if a big, heavy rock was placed right on top of my head.
But then a large rock appears on his head. No matter how much he tries to remove it, he can't. It seems to be stuck to his head. At that moment, he thinks to himself,
What is this? A rock stuck to my head. Maybe whatever Swami desires in his heart is what happens, right? That's why this is happening. Should I wish for this rock to fall off my head? No, no. One wish has already been wasted. There are still 2 years left. Somehow, I need to reach home quickly, tell them this isn't right, and use the remaining 2 wishes to ask for wealth and prosperity.
No matter how very difficult it is, he carries that big, heavy rock on his head and reaches home by midnight. Waiting at the doorstep for Satyam to return, Kosankantam sees Satyam carrying the same rock and says to him,
Why are you carrying the rock on your head even though it's so late at this very late hour of the night? Didn't the sage come by any chance at all?
Oh, that position is currently just taking a little bit of a breather at the moment.
Why did it take so long? As soon as he sat down, Nikon, unable to respond due to exhaustion, thinks to himself like this.
Oh God, the questions haven't stopped. If he had this rock on his head, he would know. It's so difficult to talk while carrying this.
As soon as Nikon thought to himself, the large rock on his head suddenly and mysteriously vanished completely, and the reason became clear. Then he understood the truth. Because of his people's wishes, the rock had disappeared over time and with patience, but the inability to bear the weight of that rock was similar to the truth.
God forbid Babu's discussion. Unfortunately, it has completely lost its quality. I don't know how to bring it down at all, sir. Do something quickly.
As he was saying this, suddenly unable to bear the weight, it fell down abruptly. And then, not knowing what to do, the truth thinks about his people like this.
Oh God, what should I do now? Only 1 wish is left. Oh dear. God, please somehow register this property case and save my wife from the class of burden.
He laments in distress. Then suddenly, the house he is living in and all his powers and properties vanish, leaving him standing on the street with his wife and children, with nothing but the clothes on their backs. But he doesn't understand what is happening. Then he tells Satyam everything that happened. At that moment, Kantham is like this.
Forgive me. All of this happened because of me. It is due to my arrogance and pride that we are in this situation today. You listened to me and distanced yourself from your brother. It was the curse you both cast. Now it has come upon us.
Yes, what you said is absolutely true. All of this is the sin we have accumulated in this lifetime. This is the rightful punishment from the deity for deceiving our faith.
Thinking this, they look at each other and feel sad. Meanwhile, Satyam sees them, comes outside and takes them into his house. Then, Satyam and Kantham both explain everything that happened to Sundaram and his wife Lakshmi and ask for forgiveness. After that, they all live together happily in the same house, helping everyone who comes to their home.